The White House says negotiators are finalizing a deal, but they can't give a timeline. That sounds like some progress. And House leadership is telling members to be prepared for a vote this week. That's another signal. But this all comes as after there have been months of tense negotiations within the Democratic Party. President Biden's promised policy agenda in search of the finish line.
Hey, look, it's all about compromise.
Compromise still at work this weekend among Democrats who had to strip away wishful spending from $3.5 trillion down to an expected figure of less than $2 trillion for the broad climate and social programs.
Although it's a smaller bill, it's still historic, transformational, and will make an enormous difference.
The package is not final, but Democrats expect it to include new universal pre-kindergarten, paid family leave, likely 4 weeks, extending the child care tax credit for 1 year.
We're still obviously working through and negotiating. This is on track to change millions of middle-class families who have been falling behind.
Democrats also plan to expand health care coverage that could benefit 7 million Americans, plus new investments in housing and clean energy. But climate has been contentious, with West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin at odds with President Biden over some climate proposals that remain unresolved.
The existential threat to humanity is climate change.
Later this week, the president is headed to Rome and Glasgow for summits on economic and climate issues. Getting a deal finalized at home could strengthen his hand abroad. So when the president meets with those world leaders, he can talk about steps that he has taken, like returning the U.S. to the Paris Climate Agreement or taking executive actions to expand the use of electric cars. But the White House would much prefer that they have big, bold legislation that they can talk about with U.S. leadership on climate. And so it seems that inaction from Congress could have a diplomatic effect. Willie?
We'll see if they get there. Kelly O'Donnell at the White House. Kelly, thanks so much.